In an age where the map's edges were still being drawn, the Caribbean was a realm of mystery and peril. Imagine a world where the lines between legality and lawlessness were as blurred as the horizon over the sea, where danger lurked around every corner, and the promise of wealth and adventure was just a treasure map away. This was the Caribbean during the golden age of piracy, a place of untamed beauty and unprecedented danger, where the only law was the law of the sword. The Caribbean, a sprawling body of water dotted with countless islands, was a hotbed for pirates and privateers. Its strategic location, nestled between the old world and the new, made it an irresistible target for those brave or foolhardy enough to venture into its treacherous waters. The vast expanse of the Caribbean Sea, with its myriad islands, reefs, and hidden coves, provided the perfect hideaway for these outlaws of the sea. The pirate era in the Caribbean was a time of political upheaval and social uncertainty. European powers were vying for control of the New World's resources, and their constant warring provided ample opportunities for pirates to thrive. These were not the romanticized figures of fiction, but real men and women who lived and died by the sword. Their lives were fraught with danger, from the threat of mutiny within their ranks to the ever-present risk of capture and execution. Yet despite the perils, the allure of the pirate life was undeniable. The promise of untold riches, the thrill of the chase, and the taste of freedom on the open seas were powerful draws. Pirates were not bound by the rigid social hierarchies of the day. They lived outside the law, answerable only to themselves and their crew. This was a world where a common sailor could rise to command a fleet, where a woman could defy societal norms and become a feared pirate queen. A place where fortunes were made and lives were lost at the point of a sword. In the mysterious Caribbean, the line between hero and villain was as elusive as the shifting tides. The pirates who roamed these waters were outlaws, yes, but they were also a product of their time, shaped by the tumultuous world in which they lived. It was a world of danger and opportunity, a world where the only certainty was uncertainty. And it was in this world that the real pirates of the Caribbean made their mark. Among the lawless, some names rose above the rest, carving their legends into the annals of history. In the tumultuous world of the Caribbean pirates, figures like Blackbeard, Calico Jack, and Anne Bonny emerged as notorious icons of this era. Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, was a towering figure with a fearsome appearance. With his thick black beard and slow-match fuses burning in his hat, he cut an intimidating figure, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. His reign of terror on the high seas, though short-lived, left an indelible mark on pirate lore. Then there was Calico Jack, born John Rackham, remembered not just for his piracy but also for his unique Jolly Roger flag, a skull with crossed swords which became an infamous symbol of piracy. Known for his flamboyant dress and daring raids, Calico Jack's audacious spirit was emblematic of the pirate era. But the world of Caribbean piracy wasn't just a man's world. Anne Bonny, one of the most famous female pirates, broke the mold and defied the norms of her time. Born in Ireland, Bonny ended up in the Caribbean, where she joined Calico Jack's crew, disguising herself as a man. Known for her fiery temper and fierce fighting skills, she was a force to be reckoned with, proving that a woman could be just as ruthless and feared as any man. These figures weren't just pirates, they were the embodiment of rebellion and freedom, living by their own rules in a world bound by laws and conventions. Their audacious deeds, from daring sea battles to audacious raids, became the stuff of legends, tales spun in taverns and around campfires. Yet it's essential to remember that these legends are often shrouded in myth and exaggeration. The line between fact and fiction is blurred, as tales of their exploits were passed down through generations, each retelling adding a new layer of embellishment. Their names became the stuff of legends, their deeds a testament to their audacious spirit. These legendary pirates not only left a lasting mark on the history of the Caribbean, but also on our collective imagination, forever shaping our perception of the outlaw spirit and the lure of the high seas. Life aboard a pirate ship was a world unto itself, a haven for the outcasts and the rebellious. It was a society that thrived on grit and daring, where the sword was the law and the sea was home. The rules of the world beyond the horizon held no sway here. Instead, Pirates lived by their own codes, their own laws. While the rest of the world was ruled by kings and queens, aboard a pirate ship, democracy reigned. Captains were elected by the crew, decisions were made collectively, and the spoils of their raids were divided equally. This was a society that valued skill and courage over birthright and wealth. But life among the outlaws was far from easy. Every day brought a new challenge, a new fight. The brutal battles for plunder were tests of their mettle, their survival hinging on their ability to outwit, outmaneuver, and outfight their adversaries. Yet, in these violent confrontations, there was a strange sense of exhilaration, a pulse-pounding thrill that made the danger worth it. Victory, when it came, was sweet. It wasn't just about the gold and jewels, the fine cloth and exotic spices. It was about the triumph, the proof that they could defy the world and win. Celebrations were raucous affairs, filled with laughter and song, stories and boasts. It was a moment of respite, a chance to bask in their success before returning to the treacherous waves. Yet, even amidst the danger and the hardship, there was a sense of camaraderie. These were men and women who had chosen to live outside the law, to defy the conventions of their time. They were bound by a shared sense of purpose, a shared defiance. In their shared struggles, they found a sense of belonging, a sense of home. In a world ruled by the sword, these outlaws found a peculiar sense of freedom. They danced on the edge of danger, laughed in the face of death, and carved their own path through the world. They were the outlaws of the seas, the pirates of the Caribbean, and their story continues to captivate us to this day. But every reign has its end, and for the pirates, the hunters were closing in. As the pirate era reached its zenith, the tides began to turn. The crowns of Europe, weary of the constant threat and loss of wealth, commissioned naval forces and privateers to bring these sea outlaws to justice. The high seas, once a playground for these pirates, slowly transformed into a lethal game of cat and mouse. On one side, the pirates, masters of stealth and deception, who had turned these waters into their own treasure trove. On the other side, the hunters, disciplined and relentless, driven by duty and the promise of reward. One such hunter was Captain Woodes Rogers, a former privateer turned pirate hunter. Appointed as the governor of the Bahamas, he was tasked with the monumental job of exterminating the pirate infestation. His motto, Expulsus Piratus Restituta Commercia, which translates to Pirates Expelled, Commerce Restored, became the rallying cry for those who sought to end the pirate era. The struggle between the hunters and the hunted reached its climax in the pivotal battles fought on these azure waters. The Battle of Cape Lopez saw the end of the notorious Blackbeard, while Calico Jack was captured after a fierce fight near Jamaica. These confrontations were not just battles but turning points, marking the beginning of the end of the pirate era. However, the pirates didn't go down without a fight. They defended their freedom with the same ferocity that had once won them their ill-gotten treasures. But slowly, the hunters' relentless pursuit began to prevail. One by one, the most feared pirates were captured, their reign of terror brought to a swift and brutal end. The seas echoed with the clash of steel and the roar of cannons as the hunters closed in on their prey. The waters of the Caribbean, once a safe haven for these outlaws, were slowly being reclaimed. The pirate era was drawing to a close, but the legends of these sea rovers continued to grow. The seas became a battleground, the hunters slowly reining in the hunted. The pirates, once the masters of these waters, were on the run, their golden age fading into the annals of history. The age of pirates may have ended, but their legacy endures. The Caribbean pirates, the bold and fearsome outlaws of the seas, have left an indelible mark on history, shaping our perceptions of freedom, rebellion, and adventure. In their time, these pirates symbolized the ultimate defiance against authority. Rejecting the rigid hierarchies of the old world, they established their own egalitarian codes aboard their ships. On these floating republics, each man had a voice, a stark contrast to the societies they had left behind. This radical democracy was a testament to their spirit of rebellion and independence. Today, it reminds us of the inherent human yearning for freedom and equality. The pirates were not just rebels, they were adventurers, daring to navigate the uncharted waters of the Caribbean in search of fortune. Their audacious exploits, the tales of buried treasures, and fierce battles have fueled our imagination, birthing a romanticized image of the pirate life that continues to captivate us. It's this spirit of adventure that beckons us, that stirs the wanderlust within us, reminding us of the thrill of discovery and the allure of the unknown. Yet, it was not all glory and freedom. The pirates also embodied the darker side of the human spirit, the lawlessness, the greed, and the brutality. Their ruthless pursuit of wealth often led to violence and destruction. This reminder of the human capacity for cruelty serves as a cautionary tale, a stark contrast to the romanticized image of the pirate life. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the Caribbean pirates lies in the legends and myths that grew from their exploits. These stories, passed down through generations, have immortalized the pirates, turning them into larger-than-life figures. It is in these tales that the spirit of the pirates truly lives on, shaping our narratives of rebellion, adventure, and freedom. In the heart of every rebel, the spirit of these outlaws of the seas continues to live on.